way from the far north, we have a youth, cultural and sporting leadership group who have developed a community asset with huge national and international significance. Here to share their story is Ki-o-Rahi Akotanga Iho Incorporated.
Good afternoon. I'm John Carter, the Mayor of the Far North, and I want to remind you of that wonderful old saying that you always leave the best to second to last. As has been said, this is a project that has national and international implications. It's an international sport that was introduced to the world by the Maori Battalion during the Second World War, played in many countries but forgotten for so long in New Zealand. It was several years ago reintroduced through community and particularly through schools. I guess it has two different applications from those, two different reasons to those that you have heard today from anything else. One is that it does have national and international implications. We've already had tests between different countries throughout the world, and the second and probably most important part is the impact that it is having on race relations throughout our nation, and particularly in regions such as Northland. Very positive outcomes. As a consequence, individuals are talking to each other about their cultures. Communities such as Moriwa and Kerikeri are sharing notes and learning about each other. This is a project that is ongoing and enduring, and I give you Rana and Hako to tell you the story.
He kākano ahau, he rui mai, he rangi Aotea. Ko te mea tuatahi, he mihi atu kia i o matua, me te timatanga me te mutunga. Te mea tuarua, e mihi atu kia papatua nuku ki waho, me te whare e tūnei, tēnā kōrua. I ngā mate, haere, 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 haere. E mihi atu kia koutou, kua tau mai nei, me mauria mai tō whakaaro, tō kaupapa, tēnā koutou. E mihi atu kia Trustpower, tino mihi nui kia koutou. E huri atu ki te reo tuarua, te reo Pākehā. My involvement with this comes around te ao Māori, being a revived sport from our ancestors, and most of all has to do with our Māori battalions. So it's quite a sentimental value to me in that sense, and to share it with the world and to share it in Aotearoa, and it's a big progress which I'll let Hako finish our kōrero off.
Kia ora koutou. Thank you, John. Thank you, Rana. My name's Hako Brown. I'm the chairperson of Ki-o-Rahi Akotanga Iho, and I know it's a bit of te reo Māori, but it just means more or less ambassadors of Ki-o-Rahi. Could you just pass these around, please, just so you get a feel of the ball, the central part of the game. Now, with Ki-o-Rahi, we've just had it's just been fantastic, the experiences we've had, and it's about bringing people together. Remember the fella Busby said, he iwi tātou, or he tahi tātou, bringing people together, and that's what we try to do, Māori and Pākehā all together. So in 2004 we formed a youth group called Ki-o-Rahi Akotanga Iho, and it was Māori and Pākehā. And we just revived the game, the traditional game of Ki-o-Rahi, and it was left and taken to Europe by Māori Battalion. So we, as a school group, there was only one school playing Ki-o-Rahi in 2004, and that was our school group up in Kerikeri. We travelled to Europe to make reconnections, Italy, we went to France, Germany, Poland, and England, and we made reconnections with the game there. In 2005, the US curriculum directors sort of got hold of us, and they used our resources and introduced them to 31,000 American schools, their primary schools. The idea is the multiple aspect in getting people together. And then in 2009, Sport New Zealand got onto it, and they started to introduce our resources also with our networking with other people, and they introduced them to all the schools in New Zealand. So now there's 800 schools played and 50,000 kids, which wasn't too bad in the time frame that we've had. So it's been really fantastic for all our volunteers. With our actual field that we've produced a field based on sport, conservation and art, as you'll see. And just recently we've been asked by UNICEF They've got a lot of racial tension over in the UK at the moment. They asked us for our Ki-o-Rahi resources. So next month, UNICEF with the IIP, which is an educational group, are introducing Ki-o-Rahi into 21,600 British schools. And our field cost $26,000, valued at about $500,000. And our group have also been invited to go to the Commonwealth Games in the opening ceremony as part of this initiative in Britain. So amazing, our kids that have grown through, and we've got a whole range of people involved with Ki-o-Rahi. And it's not about the game, it's about the values in the game, and it's about community, bringing them together. So we've got a little video clip now, I'd just like you to see, and it shows a little bit about the field, the hardcore stuff, but most of it's about values and bringing communities together. Kia ora. This is definitely our field of dreams. There's no other way to put it.
It's cool.
It's cool. Ki-o-Rahi.
For the goalposts, a majestic slab of nature. For the field markings, rows of blooms.
And if they want to pick the flowers during the game, that's fine. Take them home.
And for those who have carved, sculpted and nurtured this, a satisfied, warm glow.
I see love. It's all about love, and if you love something, you know, you'll work hard for it.
That toil and dedication making this the country's showpiece ground for a traditional sport dating back generations.
This is a good news story for Waitangi. Usually here, you know, radicals and chucking mud and stealing flags, but this is a good news story. This needs to get out.
It's all about having fun. That's
Not
right.
about winning or...
Yeah, it's not about winning, it's about having fun.
Hand tying each individual stick that you see here, it's just been a good vibe. I personally have never sat down with someone and tied a fence.
It's beautifully authentic.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you going to have fun today, kids?
Yes! And you're not allowed to be cheeky. Yeah.
You're not allowed to be cheeky.
The field within ball-throwing distance of the Waitangi Treaty Grounds intended to give new life to the game here. The very game that's thriving in France and Italy, having been introduced by the legendary 28th Māori Battalion during the Second World War.
Two teams and they both score differently. One team, basically, they're trying to throw the ball at the rock in the centre of the field, and that's how they collect points for that team. The other team are trying to accumulate points by touching the po. As soon as you've touched at least one, you're going to try and run and score a try in the centre of the field. Dive, spin, pirouette, whatever you do to get across the centre line.
Nice, way to go!
Which in this case is the flower line.
The flower line, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Everybody's got it in them. Just the knowledge of how to play, so that's all it takes.
When you play tackle, you get quite hurt. We've seen knocked out teachers and broken bones and split noses. I've seen the works from this. I dislocated a knee and 2 shoulders.
If I'm completely honest, before today I'd never even heard of the game. But having come and seen the passion that's gone into this field and the intensity of the play, my overwhelming thought is one of cultural pride.
It's beautiful, wonderful, exciting, dynamic, innovative, you know, all of the above.
If you win, you will be
Popular. Humble and pretty.
humble and pretty.
Tai rua tori, te whakate. Ka pai.
Kia ora. Thank you, Trustpower. Thank you, everyone here. It's just been an incredible weekend, and I hope you really have a great night tonight. And I'm looking forward to whoever wins. You've got 2,500 to muck around with tonight, haven't you? So best of luck, everybody. Kia ora koutou, ngā minu kia koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
Te aroha, e ho mai te atua te aroha. E taonga mo te tangata te tūmanako, te whakapono me te aroha e, te aroha, he taonga nui rawa.
Kia ora koutou.